What's up, guys? Theo here doing a quick prediction for Danny Barlow versus Josh Quinlan. So right now, Danny Barlow is a minus 195 favorite, and the comeback on Josh Quinlan is plus 145 on DraftKings. Guys, I like Danny Barlow here. The thing that's making me like him is the power that we see from Barlow, the explosive reaction speed, and the fact that Josh Quinlan just hasn't really impressed me in the UFC so far. He has 2 UFC fights, one against Jason Witt, who is a very low-level fighter who he did beat. And then he also has a loss to a guy named like Trey Waters or something. I'd never heard of that guy before. But I watched this fight and there was just nothing really to like about Josh Quinlan. He kind of has a very simple back-and-forth boxing style. He doesn't have a ton of lateral movement. And he throws not the best combinations. He kind of throws 1-2s and then just backs right up into his same spot and just keeps moving backwards. So he has okay movement, but it's really not the best MMA movement that I've seen. And he's really willing to come forward and like box dudes up, even though he doesn't really have the best striking. And he's going up against Danny Barlow here, who Danny Barlow seems like he has a really great frame for striking, and he's got vicious power. He's been knocking dudes out. He knocked out Raheem Forrest on Contender Series in like 1 round, and he has a couple knockouts on the regional scene, which were great knockouts, and he just has very great reaction speed. This guy reacts like a minnow when he's boxing somebody up close range. I mean, you ever put your hand in like a body of water, a group of minnows, you know how they just dodge around you, just that lightning fast, like fish reaction speed? That's what it looks like when Danny Barlow is fighting. You know, I watch a lot of fights in 1.25 speed because I watch them on Fight Pass or watch them on YouTube. And I watch Danny Barlow's fights in regular speed, and the dude is like still striking really fast, really just quick movement, head movement in and out when he gets in close engagements with people. And I was watching Josh Quinlan's fights in 1.25 speed, and the striking exchanges still look slow when he was fighting Trey Waters. I mean, and Trey Waters wasn't even like really putting a lot on him. Trey Waters was sitting there reading him, hands down. The hood fighting style that you see from Bobby Green and from Charles Johnson, same type of thing, just like hands down, moving, bobbing, picking shots. And Josh Quinlan just wasn't doing anything to him. He wasn't trying to like throw combinations on him. He just wasn't trying to really take the fight. He wasn't trying to really control the fight. And that's what Danny Barlow does. He goes in, he goes forward, he's willing to get in close range engagements with people. He's not afraid to take shots. And he's also quite patient for somebody that has his level of power and speed. There was a time in the fight with Raheem Forrest where Raheem had him against the fence and was like boxing him up or whatever, and he was careful. He covered up, he waited, he managed to get out of danger, and then he picked a shot and he knocked the guy out with like 1 shot. So he's got that build where you can tell he just has crazy power. And I think he's going to knock Josh Quinlan out because Josh Quinlan just doesn't seem to have enough offense. He doesn't seem to have a really good defense. He does shell up well and he takes combinations and hits well, but I don't think he's going to be able to survive against Danny Barlow here. I think Barlow's just too much of a dog, too athletic. I think he's going to go forward, and I think he's going to just break Josh Quinlan down and probably knock him out. So give me Danny Barlow here. I think the line is correct on this, minus 195. I think that's like a good price for him. Yeah, guys, keep it locked in. More picks coming for the undercard later this week.